sound.
I'm Simon Bloor.
And I'm Tom Bloor.
And we're artists in residence at the Whitechapel and Hermitage Primary School. We make work, or have been making work over the last few years, that's quite a lot to do with play, and kind of the idea that of play is almost like utopian pursuit, and the opportunity to do an artist residence at primary school is quite nice for us.
I think a lot of the work we've done is kind of looking to kind of that sort of childhood as kind of very nostalgic thing.
Does anyone know how old the gallery might be?
Really old.
It's really old, yeah.
My understanding is it's the first time that Whitechapel had done a kind of residency in a primary school. That was kind of maybe an interesting thing that we, in a way, like even for the gallery and for the school, there was a sort of a certain degree of unknown as to how it's all going to kind of work out.
The chance for them to not just work alongside artists but actually get to know them as people, and having to talk about the process of art with an artist has been really interesting for them, challenging for them, and they've got a lot out of it, I think.
We have been using sticks and rubber bands and stick them up together to make a big one.
All of us, because first it started out to be, well, some specific groups for project, but since we've combined it all together, it now belongs to everyone.
In the first term, it was very much us doing kind of workshops that were, I guess, we're looking at certain things without practice. Things like geometry and patterns that we use that kind of have been reoccurring over the last few years. Gets used quite a lot, this particular pattern, which is kind of like a tessellating triangular pattern. Trying to get the kids to look at that and kind of just explore how the pattern might work, just broken down into different triangles. We're all going to go outside and then we're going to look around.
I'm going to draw like a leaf, a green leaf, like really bold. It's really cool the way it comes out like that.
Different patterns around the playground.
I pulled it back off and it made like a Y shape. I did this next to the little hut and it turned out like this. Hi, Gabriel here. So, pretty much what we're doing today is we're making these shapes, but they're no ordinary shapes, they're abstract.
Interesting how certain things that they're kind of thinking in the kind of they tend not to work, they don't want to work large, and we kind of been trying to encourage them to kind of really be kind of expressive and kind of work big and work in a kind of quite an abstract way, but they tend to want to draw kind of tiny little houses with little pictures inside and things like that, which is maybe to do with how kind of in a way the education system works, how they're kind of taught from an early age about kind of representation and things. So we're trying to undo all that.
First you hold the drill straight, then you spin the handle. After you made a hole, you're done.
I think it's worked out okay doing like kind of workshops in the first two terms and then concentrating with smaller groups in the final term.
on more kind of our practice, things that we wanted to develop.
We're making a dome, but first we're going to paint it.
In terms of our practice, there's loads. There's not only the stuff that I think we want to carry forward for the show at the Whitechapel, there's other things off the back of it that we've sort of made. We've been kind of like making the kind of dome thing has sort of made us rethink an idea of some lampshadey sculptures that we kind of thought of doing, and all these things that we can kind of. So I think it's going to have a bigger impact beyond the residency. Things like doing visits to the gallery, to Whitechapel, or to any gallery really, and getting them to actually look at art, because I think one thing that's come up is that their perception of what is and what isn't art is quite kind of, in many ways, quite narrow. Even though you kind of show them this is one way of doing things, or show them a sculpture, or show them a piece of film, and they say that they understand it as art, and then they go away and then come back again, and it's kind of like, so what's art? Painting and drawing.
In After School Club we made a map of the school. We collected rubbish from different areas of the school and put them where we found them. And we painted them. At the end it looked like a piece from Mondrian.
First we put this piece up, we got Ryan to hold it, and then we put those two pieces on the side to like hold it all together without it falling. Then Marion put those pieces up. That's what we've been doing this time. It's like when we made this really big sticks thing, but we can't just keep it together, we have to break it down to make new ones.
These are the spiky stuff, and these are the holes. These are the windows that are over there, and these are the long chalkboards, and these are little shaped ones. They're different shapes on the wall, so but not up high because they can't reach.
A big triangle like that. What do you think about that idea, rather than just using blackboard paint, use like coloured paint?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you flip it over again and draw around it, and then get another triangle and draw.
We're putting the tape on it.
I wanted a legacy from this project, and I think there was a real legacy, that the children see art as something for them, and they see it as many different things. It can be ideas, and it can be things that are very temporary, and it also, they now know about places where art is kept, and we know that our families are now seeing that they can step over the threshold of the Whitechapel and enjoy themselves there and feel that they are welcome there.
It's kind of nice that there's moments where just the process of working with the kids, like there's been a sort of sense of the similar enthusiasm I think that we get from engaging with art. Yeah, and I like that.
First I thought it was just like drawing really nicely. Now it's like doing lots of things and expressing yourself.
Art is expressive. Installations.
Hey, modelling.
Abstract. Sculptures.
Art is fun!
You definitely do it again.
That's what I said.